Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned 3D Math Series, episode 42. We're getting into code now. We're going to be looking at matrices part 1. This will be very simple stuff because it's basically set up for future episodes in which we do the code for the math of the previous episodes. So right now we're just going to be looking at creation, copying, equality, identity, 0, and setting the translation. So we're going to open the console to check it out. And so you can see here we have a bunch of stuff displayed. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we can see we have the creation, just creating an empty object right here. Next up, we're going to have create with. So we'll have create with values is the first one, and we'll just have a bunch of values listed out. And that's just every single value in the array. So this is just really, really fast because we're giving all 16 values. As you'll note here, I'm using the first 3 to be the matrix portion of it, and the last row to be the translation portion. And that's pretty standard, but I'm just denoting it by the fact that they're T versus M, and that isn't necessarily what you need to do. Alternatively, we have a couple of arrays here, arrays of values. And we're going to create with those, but of course I'm calling it just create with, and then it'll be the array versus create with values. That'll be the standard way we'll do it, so that way we can reuse those arrays a lot easier, as well as pass in arrays and not have to pass in a bunch of different values every single time. Of course, if you wanted to combine these into a single function and then check for either the length of all the objects in it, or just check to make sure the first one is a type of array, you could do that and simplify so you don't have to worry about which method you're calling here. Next up, we have equality and strict equality. Again, since we are dealing with JavaScript here, we will have a double equal sign for regular equality as well as triple equals for strict equality here. So you can see we have the 2 array functions here, arrays of matrices values, and we're off by 1 on the end. And what we're doing here is we are going to go ahead and copy the first one and try it again, and after we copy it, we have true on both accounts. Next up, we have the identity matrix, which, as you would fully expect, is identity matrix where 1, 1, M2, 2, M3, 3, and M4, 4, and this would actually say T, excuse me there, is 1 all the way down. So you could see we have all of those displayed respectively in the way that we want. Zeroing the translation is just going to take that last row and set all of the elements to 0, which is what we're going to do here. So we have the matrix out, and then we're going to 0 it out, and then we have the 0 across the last one. And then finally, we have set translation, and here we're going to take the vec3 from the 6th episode where we're looking at the vectors, and we're only going to actually set the first 3 elements on that, which is all is needed for actual translation. So we have T41, T42, and T43 set to vec3, x, y, and z. So that's it for this episode. Keep it nice and short. We're getting a lot more math ahead and a lot more code, so we'll be digging in deeper and having more fun with JavaScript. If you like what we saw today, go ahead and share this. Give it a like on social media. And go to ProgrammingTIL.com and sign up for our newsletter. Have a great one. Thanks.